really good day out there today. The best weather we had, the best football we've had, I think all spring, which is good because practice 5, 33% away through the spring. You'd like to start to see the team moving forward. I thought today we took a really good step forward in a lot of ways. Questions?
In what kind of? I know you can't
I saw it.
specifically, but
You know, what I saw was the offense making plays. You know, they made some big plays down the field. I saw the defense do some good things. You know, the third down at 7-12 went in today, so some part of the third down package went in today, not all of it. And for the first day, I thought both sides executed pretty well. You know, the offense picking it up and the defense running it. I think anytime you have a good back and forth in practice, it means that as a team you're moving in the right direction. If it gets too one-sided, it's not usually a good sign. So today was a good day. I thought I saw some really good things. And the guys that we need to step up are making a lot of plays. A guy like Darius Hamilton out there flashes numerous times during practice. He's having a great spring, playing at a high level. So it's a lot of good signs for this team.
What's the format for the scrimmage Saturday, and what will you? Who are you? Anybody in particular you're auditioning?
Everybody in the team is auditioning for sure, and they're all fighting for their spot on the depth chart. One of the messages I left with the team today is Saturday is their day to show us where they think they should be on the depth chart, because that's really ultimately they'll make those decisions by how they perform. From a numbers standpoint, we're going to be limited. You know, we'll start the scrimmage, and we'll do probably a 20 to 25 play, primarily run with a few play actions in that period, just to make it honest, but primarily a run period, a P&10 type of period. And then we'll move the field a little bit. We'll probably spend a lot of time in the red zone to make sure we get the reps we need down there. And then we'll see kind of how long we can go. I don't know. We'll see what the numbers are when you guys you'll get an injury report before we scrimmage, and you'll see there's some guys that I don't know are going to be able to go right now, unfortunately. So that'll limit us a little bit.
How did you do reps with the quarterbacks today, and then what's the plan for Saturday?
You know, today I think Gary and Chris took the reps with the 1s. I think Mike took the reps with the 2s, and Blake and Devin also with the 2s. We'll have to go back and look at this film and decide how we're going to do it on Saturday. It's tricky. You know, you have to, if you really want to make the jump you want to make as a team, you can't do it repping 5 quarterbacks. It's just not the reality of this game with the numbers you have at the skill spots.
Have you seen any separation
In the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I'll wait till after Saturday. I mean, I am, but I'm not going to comment individually on it until after the scrimmage. But I think I am. I think I'm starting to see something.
5 practices in, any guys jump out at you that maybe surprises or guys shining for the first time?
It's never completely a surprise to me, because when we recruit these guys, you always recruit them in the anticipation that they're going to develop and become really good players. Now that doesn't always happen, but one of the guys that I'm really pleased with the way he's progressing is Desmond Peoples. I thought he's really strung a couple good practices together, and he's always been tough to tackle. And now the other parts of his game are kind of coming into order.
Kyle, you mentioned red zone stuff. Because of the size, Carlton and Patton, how can they be utilized down there?
I think some of those balls you throw on the back line, that you're going to throw them up a little bit higher, and those guys can go up and get them and hopefully take them away, from others. I think that's one of the things, even though he's not as tall, that makes Leonte a really valuable guy, is that he has a knack for taking the ball out of the air, attacking the ball, taking it away from the defenders in some awkward positions. And those are the guys that end up making the plays down there in the red zone for sure.
Kyle, the Big Ten Network being here today, does that make just the anticipation level go up a little bit higher?
I think you guys are obviously here every day, and the media is here every day, and I think when you have a guest, it's not just the Big Ten Network, but to have somebody like Jerry DiNardo in attendance, who's been a Division I head coach at 3 different places, twice in the SEC, once in the Big Ten. Was an offensive coordinator for a national championship team, was an All-American in college. His resume kind of speaks for itself, and I try to give the players an idea of who they are when they come to practice, because I think that's important. And the fact that Coach DiNardo's from my high school and Marco's from my high school, and both of them were here today, it's exciting for me, because somebody like Jared DiNardo was somebody that I heard about when I was going through that school, and then when I came back as a faculty member, and Marco was a couple years younger than me, so I got to watch his career. As I was in college and when I got done in college. So I think the players know they're here. I make sure they know they're here, and I think it's exciting for them to be able to perform in front of them.
Switching gears a little bit, the draft is almost a month away, and you've played 3 of the top quarterbacks, arguably, in this year's crop. Who impressed you the most?
You're not asking me for my draft advice, right?
No. I'm not telling you asking you who you're taking number 1.
We were. I'm certainly very impressed with Derek and Teddy and Blake. down at UCF. I think they're all really talented quarterbacks. I think the advantage that they have in the NFL is that they actually get to work them out, live. Those individual workouts, I think, are really ultimately what's going to separate those guys in the eyes of the NFL teams. But I think all three of them were very talented and very impressive to be on the opposite sideline from.
Got two more?
Kyle, how are you seeing depth develop behind the team at center this spring?
You know what? I'm pleased. I think Derek's had a good spring so far, and I think Brandon's had a good spring. Now Brandon's still he's about 264, 265 right now, so he's putting on some weight, and we got to get him a little bit bigger. Derek's about 284. But I'm pleased with the way both of those guys are playing. I think from a technique standpoint, from an assignment standpoint, I think they made a lot of progress from last season. But do I think they're ready right now? I'm not so sure about that. I think Saturday scrimmage will give me a little more of an indication on how ready they are to perform.
You're talking about Desmond Peoples kind of putting other things together besides the elusiveness. How much is pass protection part of that?
Oh, it's a huge part. Yeah, he had 2 blocks in the previous practice. I got to go look at the film today, but there were 2 blocks that he hadn't made in the past. Whether you say can't or didn't, whatever you want to call it, he just didn't make those blocks in the past, and he made them that day, and that's what it comes down to. You have to be a complete player. One-dimensional players, they end up being like novelty pieces. We need guys who are complete players, and he's starting to look more and more like a complete player every day. It's exciting.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.